Hi everyone, I think we're recording. Okay, it's Sterling, I'm a shock value author here, and today I would like to discuss why Digital Book World is the most important and the most inspirational publishing conference in the United States, or maybe the world. But before I do, please like and subscribe to my channel for more video and more content. So, without further ado, here we go. Okay, so before I explain how I became an exhibitor at Digital Book World, I kind of want to give some backstory as to why this conference is so important to me. Okay, it all started in 2015 when I put out my first book on iBooks Author. It's a platform where anyone can put a book on the iBook store. Okay, so it's kind of hard for me to discuss this, but I feel it's important to. At the time when I was writing my first book that I was going to put out, I was fighting major depression. I mean, my abusive father was fighting a restraining order against me and my mother that we got. We were trying to get away from him. We had just, lost our house that I grew up in. We're in a new house, but didn't matter to me. I was really, really down. I just graduated high school and I had no intention of going to college, and I couldn't read at the time because I had ADHD and I didn't know it. But I could write. So basically, every morning I would get up and do NaNoWriMo in November 2014. And I would write this book. And so finally, in 2015, when I put it out on iBooks Author, I didn't think I could do much with it, I couldn't read what I wrote back. I couldn't, read what I wrote. But I knew what the storyline was, and I got it down as best as I could. I didn't think much would come of this book. I just wanted to put it out there and just be brave for once in my life. So basically, I wanted to be brave, so I put it out on iBooks Author. I put it out for free. I didn't think anyone would get it. A few months later, I decided to hop on Twitter. I've never been on Twitter before, okay? But I decided to go on Twitter and promote the book. I didn't even know if it was good. It was good to me, but I didn't know about the grammar or anything. So I tweeted the link, hashtag iBooks Author, all that stuff. This book was found by Bradley Metrock. He saw the tweet, and he was a big part about iBooks Author. He actually had a conference called the IBA Conference, which stood for iBooks Author Conference. And to my surprise, he tweeted me back, said he was going to read my book and review it. Oh my god, that was a heart-stopping moment, I'm just saying. A CEO looked at my book and wanted to read it. I was terrified, but I was really excited. Now, a few days later, I look at my reviews, and I see the CEO, who, may I say, is Bradley Metrock, CEO of Score Publishing. I don't know if I said that already, but okay. So Bradley Metrock reviewed my book and gave it 5 stars. He gave me this amazing review saying he looks forward to reading the rest of my work and all that. And I was elated. I was so happy. And I hadn't been happy for a really, really, really long time. I was just strictly happy. He had given me this piece of joy that I never thought I would get. So I kept writing. I actually wrote a sequel to the book. I didn't give up on myself. Now, fast forward a few months, and it's time for the iBooks Author Conference. Of course I couldn't go. We were really poor at the time. I was working a dead-end job. Bradley Metrock gave me a shout-out at this conference, and everyone was tweeting me congratulations. And it meant a lot to me. Someone believed in me who didn't have to. I felt like I could actually be an author and continue my work. And so he really gave me the confidence to keep going. Fast forward a few months, he writes an article. I think it was something like 50 best books in 50 states or something. My book was in Alaska, in his Alaska section. And he also wrote out the 5 most inspiring iBooks, and mine was the first one listed, and it meant so much to me. And even though I was super poor at the time, I promised myself one day I was going to meet Mr. Metrock and I was going to thank him for everything that he did about my book and what he did for me, because honestly at that time I was really suicidal. I didn't think I wanted to live very much longer. I couldn't take it. I was so depressed. But every time Bradley did a little something about my book, I felt like my life was worth something again. I'm not going to get emotional, you guys, sorry. Okay, so fast forward years later. I still have this goal in my mind of meeting him. Our life turns around. We get a check, we get money from my grandfather who passed away. I didn't even know him, it was crazy. But the first thing I said I wanted to do when my mom asked me, what should we do with this money? I said, I want to go to Digital Book World, because Bradley has switched from the IBA conference to his new conference called Digital Book World. I said, I want to go to Digital Book World, and I want to meet Bradley Metrock. So she gave me the money, and I was able to fly down to Nashville, Tennessee. And this is where Digital Book World was, Nashville, Tennessee. And I was able to reach my dreams. But I will talk about that in a separate video, the conference experience, part 2 of this video. But before that, I want to just go back to my book for a second. The book I published on iBooks Author, I decided to look back on my manuscript because a few years ago I did get diagnosed with ADHD and I did get the treatment for it, so I can now read books and now read what I write. So I decided just for fun to look back on my book and see what Bradley saw in it. You know, kind of see what my first book was like. Oh my God. It was horrible. I mean, I'm sweating just thinking about it, like, whew. I didn't capitalize proper nouns, there were incomplete sentences. This book was a mess. But after seeing that, it meant even more to me that Bradley did all that for me, because he saw something in my work that if you were just looking at the grammar, you wouldn't even give it a second chance, you know? You wouldn't give it like 2 seconds if you saw the grammar, if you're a grammar person and stuff. Bradley saw the story, he saw the plot, he saw my ideas, and that's what mattered to me, and that meant the world to me. So, let me show you what I did. One sec. Okay, I'm back. So, I decided to edit the book, rewrite it, work on it. And this is the cover. It's totally backwards because you see, you know, camera and stuff. But this is the cover of the book. I actually had it published in paperback. And then, as a treat for Digital Book World, I decided I would dedicate it to Bradley. Again, this is backwards, but it says, for the person, hold on, I can't read backwards and upside down, but here we go. For the person who I inspired with the first edition of this book, Bradley Metrock. It was so cool. So, stay tuned for my next video where I discuss my experience to Digital Book World. It's going to be part 2 of this video. I'm going to put it up as soon as I do it. But, like, thank you so much for listening. And if I can say one thing, be like Bradley. If you read a book and you love it, leave a review. If you believe in someone, you know, show them. Reach out to them. I mean, Bradley meant everything to me because of what he did. And now, I have to say, he's working on an audiobook for me called The Farm. The Journey of the Akuzatai. It's my latest book that I'm putting out at Digital Book World 2019. And that book is going to be released to Digital Book World, and so is the audiobook that he is recording himself. So, never give up on yourselves, my Army. Okay, I'm signing off. And please like and subscribe to this channel so you can get the next video. Bye, y'all.